Mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You should already know, ladies and gentlemen, that this one is poised to be an instant classic in the making. But if this is by far your first time to the Dr. Mike TV experience, by all means, make sure you subscribe, make sure you notify, make sure you do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the Good Docs content. All my good stuff shall be listed in the links in the description area below. Right? I'm not going to waste too much time, man. For all of you who catch it on the replay, you already know what to do. Comment section below, have at it like a crack addict. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. For all of my brethren who participate in the chat, appreciate y'all locking in. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, a lot of y'all know the Good Doc is weird, right? My train of thought, the way that I think about things, it's a little different, right? I don't necessarily just look at things at face value. I kind of like to dig a little bit deep into my own thoughts and my own experience and come to my own conclusions, right? And although I am not a conspiracy theorist, there have been some things happening out of Asia, that would make me believe that they are actually encouraging foreigners to come over there and sleep with their women. Not all Asian countries, but some Asian countries, right? I put out a live roughly about a week or so ago, maybe a little less, maybe a little longer, about the declining birth rate in Japan, right? If you guys remember, in that particular article, they were talking about how the guys weren't dating. 40% of the men in their 20s were not dating the women in that particular country in Japan. And these countries were concerned, more specifically Japan, that article covered. They were concerned about the low birth rates. They went into some details about certain age ranges, 30s and 40s, not having dated. And the percentages, in my opinion, were rather high. Let's keep it real. The percentages were rather high, right? That were not dating, and the decline in the birth rate. So that became something that the government felt like they had to actually jump in and take care of on their own, right? So they were trying to get the numbers up. That was pretty much what that article was talking about. And when I made that video, if you guys remember, I said I looked at that as an opportunity for some of you guys. If you want to, I looked at it as an opportunity for some of you gentlemen to test the dating pool in Japan if you chose to, right? Since the Japanese guys were not out there seriously or frequently dating their own women, and they were choosing a life of solitude and freedom, I looked at it as an opportunity for guys to test the waters abroad. Now, am I going to sit here and say that you absolutely go get you some? Absolutely not, right? Because I can't guarantee shit. Depends on who you are as an individual. Depends on how you rock. Depends on how you communicate. All of these things play into whether you're going to get yours or not. But we cannot sit there and overlook the fact that the opportunity is right there in front of our faces when the guys in this particular country, more specifically Japan, are not dating their own women. That's all I was saying. I was putting that information out there, and y'all can take that shit how you want to, right? But because these guys are choosing a life of solitude and freedom, birth rates are down, etc. That's kind of what the article talked about in the live stream before. Now, I have another article. This one's a little bit more interesting to me and a little bit more juicy and somewhat solidifies my thought process in why I believe that some of these countries are encouraging foreigners to come over there and mate with some of their women, right? Because this particular article that came out of Korea, shout out to the email chain gang for sharing this with me, and I will share it with you in a minute, basically talks about new opportunities for foreigners abroad, right? For foreigners, and also the article, when we get into it, you'll see that it also makes mention to the low birth rates in Korea. Kind of starting to sound the alarms, in my opinion. I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to sound the alarms just a little bit. The spider senses are tingling if you hear where I'm coming from. And although these countries, let's call a spade a spade, let's talk about it from a realistic standpoint. Although these countries would love nothing more than to keep the birth rates in-house. Y'all know what that means. Keep these birth rates in-house, aka Japanese man, Japanese woman, aka South Korean man, South Korean woman. I cannot help but wonder sometimes if the opening of job opportunities for foreigners in these countries is kind of like a low-key look. We cool with y'all coming over here and doing what y'all do, right? We not mad at y'all. I'm kind of feeling the vibe. Maybe y'all see it, maybe y'all don't, but let's go ahead and stop BS and let's go ahead and get into the article. I'm gonna put myself in the corner. Just give me a uno momento and I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we'll be able to talk about this particular article. Now, give me a second, y'all. I want to make sure that it comes through. I don't want to say loud and clear, but I definitely want to make sure that I zoom it in large enough so that you guys can see the words and that my face ain't blocking y'all. But if you haven't already dropped your like, if you just came in, man, make sure y'all drop a like for the good doc, man. Y'all know the rules, man. Make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants, it needs, it most definitely has to have it. Again, if you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, Doc is happy that y'all chose to come through and spend a little bit of time with the good Doc today. Now you're on the day. Now, this particular article, which is probably more interesting than not, is coming courtesy of the Business Korea. So this is a Korean newspaper. It's coming out of Korea. But it's something that I think that foreigners to an extent can benefit from. Okay. It's even written by a Korean journalist, Jung Suk-yi. You know, I'm fucked up that name. I'm sorry. This was shared back in December of 2022. That was when I had it. I've had it in a pocket for a while. I just wanted my approach to be authentic. So this is what you get. And I haven't read it thoroughly yet, but I think that we'll be able to pick up what the article's putting down momentarily. Again, if you haven't dropped your like, y'all make sure y'all get to it. Let's get it. So foreigners expected to have more work opportunities in Korea. That's how the article titles. Foreigners are expected to have more work opportunities in Korea. All right, so let's go ahead and hide this real quick, get this out the way. I'm going to read this article and then we'll get into it the way that we get into it. So basically, this little tagline here, if you guys can read it, I'll leave the link in the description area below after I finish it, or I'll drop it in the chat so that you guys can get to it. So basically, it says the Korean government will ease regulation of foreigners' economic activity participation. Okay. So the South Korean, here we go. I'm going to read it with y'all. The South Korean government announced on December 28th that it would reduce regulations related to foreigners' economic activity participation with the aging of the population accelerating. So what that basically means is the population of the Korean country is aging, right? That means they getting old, with all due respect, right? Trust me, a lot of them age gracefully. Y'all know what it is, man. They have good foods in their diets and stuff. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell what age a lot of them are because they look so damn good at certain ages. But because the age of the economy itself, or the population in Korea itself, is accelerating, they're opening up the world for foreigners. That's all I'm hearing. That is literally all I'm hearing. I don't know about what y'all hearing, but I'm letting y'all know what I hear. Maybe y'all hear something different, right? But anyways, according to the government, South Korea's total fertility rate is continuing to fall and is estimated to reach 0.7 in 2024. Its population was approximately 51.84 million in 2020 and has decreased since then. The population is estimated to decrease 27% to 37.66 million from 2020 to 2070. So within the next 50 years, it is going to decrease 27%. The government is basically looking at the data, y'all, and telling y'all, shit, our people ain't getting together. Period. They not getting together. They not mating. They not doing none of that shit. So what does that mean? Shit, we need to get some foreigners over here and start mating with our girls. That's all I'm hearing. And if you're not hearing that, I don't know what you're hearing. That's all I'm saying. I do not know what you're hearing. Accelerating rate of age. Motherfuckers are getting old, with all due respect, right? Nobody's having children. Well, it kind of feels crazy to think that they trying to encourage us to make babies over there. Anyways, I'm just going through the motions, y'all. Maybe y'all don't hear it this way, but listen to my words and listen to what they're saying in this article, and maybe y'all can hear exactly what the good doc hears. Maybe I'm tripping, but let's go ahead and get into it. So basically, 27% in the next 50 years, that's how much it's going to decrease. So they're trying to find a way to attack that and be proactive before it gets to that particular level. Let's go ahead and rock a little bit more. The government is planning to deal with this change in structure by increasing economically active population and taking anti-low birth rate measures. For example, it is going to make it easier for foreigners to work in South Korea by facilitating entry, stay, naturalization, etc. So basically, they're telling you They're going to allow you, and not only are they going to allow you to come into the country, they're going to help your ass out. They're going to help you with getting naturalized in the country. They're going to help you with what? They're going to help you with your stay. They're going to help you with the entry process. Bro, they're going to do everything for us to get us over there. Come on, y'all. I'm not crazy. I can't be the only one seeing this, y'all. Give me a one, give me some thumbs in the chat if I'm not the only one. Let me read that one more time for all my fellas in the nosebleeds. The government is planning to deal with this change in structure by increasing economically active population and taking an anti-low birth rate measure. For example, it is going to make it easier for foreigners like you and me to work in South Korea by facilitating entry, stay, and naturalization, etc. Those with E9 visas from non-professional employment are expected to be allowed to change their status without departure or reentry by minimum required stay adjustment for 5 to 4 years. Before I became a teacher here in the United States, one of my biggest dreams was to teach internationally. I wanted to teach at an international university. When I was in the Philippines, for those that really know that I ever let in on that little secret, I did teach college level for about 6 months, for an entire semester while I was living in Davao just before I came home. So one of my things was when I was applying for jobs and all of that stuff, I really wanted to work international. My brother was actually living in Korea at the time that I was applying. So it was kind of something that would have eventually worked out if I was able to get on over there. So I was kind of really aiming more so in Korea at that time. But of course, I'm not going to lie. At that time, there was an experience issue that I was dealing with. And there were a lot of things that weren't making me qualifiable at that particular moment for a lot of the jobs over there. Right. So I just didn't get the work. But seeing how they're actually anticipating and or trying their hardest to get foreigners over there, I might want to rethink that whole thought process again. And maybe y'all might want to as well. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you the information. If you like the information and you like what the good doc is saying, y'all make sure y'all drop that like. Make sure y'all caress, bless, and stress yourself all over that like button. Wants it, needs it, has to have it. Y'all know what it is. Again, if y'all want to support because you love the information the good doc's putting out there, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, we happy and blessed. Y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time. I will get to the chat in a minute. I've got to finish the article, and then we'll get into what you guys got to say. All right. So Statistics Korea announced on December 28th that South Koreans' population decreased by 95,000, close to 96,000 from January to October of this year. With the number of deaths continuing to exceed the number of births, the population decreased for 36 months in a row. People ain't having kids, y'all. They not having them babies. They want foreigners over there to help increase the I'm sorry, man. I don't care what nobody says, man. Doc's on this shit. Doc is on it. Is that all I got? That's it? Oh no, that's where the article ends. Stop playing. I swear I thought it was longer, y'all. Maybe I'm tripping. Give me a second. Let me make sure. No, that's it. That's about where it stops at. I'm kind of disappointed. Bollocks. All right, so that's pretty much all they're giving me for this article. But I think that is that's pretty much all you really need to kind of fill in the blanks and read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm seeing some shit. I'm seeing some shit here. Again, I'm crazy as hell. I'll tell you the truth, man. I don't think like everybody else. When I get these articles and I start to really dabble and think about really what's going on, and you take what's happening in the world today, you take the low birth rates into consideration, you take the statistics that they are providing in the South Korean area as well as the areas in Japan, and you start to see that they're actually allowing foreigners to come in and they're going to facilitate the entry, the stay, as well as the naturalization of these foreigners in their country. Oh, bro, they trying to get y'all to sleep with their women. Don't take it the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. I know for a fact that if they could, they would love nothing more than the mans in the country, those Korean men, those Japanese men, to be with Korean women and Japanese women. I know this, but because they are under the because they are at the part of their lives where they understand that if we're going to increase this population, we got to get some Pookies and some Ray Rays over in this bitch to go ahead and start fertilizing these women. With all due respect, I'm saying that to be funny, but I'm saying it to be real. We got to get some guys over there to fertilize these seeds a little bit. Hey, man. Shit. Yo. And then not to mention, you guys remember that nice little snippet of a video that I covered probably a couple of days ago about foreigners understanding the language and shit, because these women are actually wanting to talk to us, but they're afraid to do so because they can't speak to us in their language. You take that into consideration, bro. The fucking dude, the cosmos. It's all raining down on us right now, and the opportunity is there for those that choose to seek and take initiative. The opportunity is there for you guys. I don't see there being anything wrong with you taking an opportunity in Japan or Korea, because God damn it, they look like they opening the floodgates for y'all. And the beautiful thing is, you'll probably be met with very few opposition to an extent, because if you're in a military town, of course, they got military bases and stuff like that. So there might be a couple of army guys out there, but whatever, who gives a fuck, right? But if you take the initiative and you take the jump to actually see what's really good over there, ladies and gentlemen, if I was a single man, Doc would be over there doing the Birdman hand rub, trying to figure this shit out, right? I would really be trying to crunch the numbers and figure this shit out. Now, let me say this and preface this before we go a little bit deeper. Your money has to be together before you get the fuck out of here. Trust me. Japan, Korea, they're not cheap. You can probably live cheap once you adjust to the country. Like I said, they said if you're in the country for roughly about 4 or 5 years, they will basically do what they can to naturalize you as a citizen there. But you got to get your finances in order. Because they're creating work opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, because they're creating work opportunities. Let's think about that. They're creating work opportunities, it seems, specifically for foreigners to be able to come into their country. Man, if y'all ain't in the corner doing the Birdman hand rub with some cocoa butter lotion, I don't know what to tell you. The information is there, ladies and gentlemen. It's right in front of your face. They're not going to sit there and openly tell you, hey, foreigners, come to my country and deal with our women. Nobody would ever say that. No country with respect and dignity like South Korea and Japan would ever openly say some shit like that. No country on earth would ever say that. But y'all read between the lines with what they saying. Look, y'all, we need y'all to come over here and make some babies, right? Our birth rates in the country are low as fuck. We need you, motherfuckers. We need you to come over here and sleep with our women, because our men aren't doing it themselves, right? Again, I mean this with the utmost respect when I say this shit, but y'all need to hear these fucking words that are coming out of my mouth, right? Because the good doc ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going to sit there and give you the information and you do with it as you please. I can't tell you what to do with the information that was just presented. I can't tell you. And for those of you looking for the article, or those of you that just came in, give me a second. I'll do a copy and paste so that you guys can have the link to the article that I was just referencing in reference to Korea making it easier for foreigners to come to the country, figuratively and literally. Hint, hint, winkety wink. Fucking with y'all. To make it easier for foreigners to come into the country. Man, this is Business Korea, y'all. This is a Korean publication talking about it. As in, yo, we kind of looking for y'all to come through, man. We looking for y'all to come through. Man, Doc would be doing a world tour as we speak if he was a single man. I would definitely be focused on getting my money right. Because guess what? The beautiful thing about what's happening right now, when I say this with all due respect, there's very little that's probably going to change within the next few years. And if you look at the number and you look at the trending data, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the numbers and the data and the statistics that were in the article, ladies and gentlemen, the trend is toward the decrease, not the increase. Basically, what that means to me is that they're having an expectation that it's going to trend lower. You know what that means to me? That means that there's an expectation that the numbers of the birth rate are going to continue to drop. The number of fertility, let me get this right. The number of birth rates are going to continue to drop. And with all due respect, people are going to continue to die. The population is going to continue to age, and they're not going to be bringing up any younger generations. Bro, if y'all ass ain't over there just... if y'all ain't even thinking about it, bro, I'm sorry for you. I can't help you, sir. I can't help you. All I can do is put the information in front of you, and you do with it as you please. But I cannot have made the title any more clear, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot have made this title any more clear. And this article could not have made it any clearer for your ass either. But for those of you just locking into the good doc, man, I see 16 of y'all in the building, man. I appreciate y'all locking in. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you're enjoying the content. You already know what it is. If you haven't already, drop your like, man. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. And wants and it needs, it most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, the good doc is happy and blessed y'all choose to come through. Spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now and then, let's get back to business. Shout out to my brother Earl Owens, all the way from Tacoma, Washington. What's up, family? He says, I saw the title and wondered, is he talking about the ones with low birth rate worries? Now I see the flags. Yeah, it's there. That's the dude. I put the flags in the back because these are the ones that are talking about it specifically. I don't think China's having any of those issues at all that I'm aware of. I'm not sure if any other countries having these issues, but we know for a fact Korea Japan seems to be the go-to spots, man. Now, again, let me make sure that I preface this, because I got to make sure that I say it. Just because the countries are opening up for us, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand we're dealing with a different type of young lady in these countries, right? They ain't Filipinos. For any of y'all that have ever dabbled in the Philippines a little bit, had your little fun over there, we ain't talking about Filipinos, y'all. We talk about Japanese young ladies and Korean young ladies. Okay? That's a little different breed. You're going to have to brush up on the culture of the women. You're going to have to brush up on a little bit of an understanding of how these women operate so that you know your approach, right? It's not the same as Filipinos, right? They are still traditional. And Filipinos, to an extent, are still traditional as well. But we're dealing with a far more traditional young lady with South Koreans and Japanese women than probably in the Philippines. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure I am on everything that I love. I am pretty sure that some of these girls will let you slide. Okay? And y'all know what I mean when I say slide, right? They're going to probably let you get some. Okay? That's okay. That's going to be few and far between, right? Because you got to understand the majority of the young ladies are still culturally appropriate. They doing everything the traditional way of getting into relationships and stuff. That still means something to them, right? I'm not sure how many of them are on dating apps. I'm not sure how many of them operate in dating apps at all. I'm not sure. There might be a Korean dating site or a Japanese dating site. You might want to look into that, get started, spread your little seeds out there, get a little vibe or a little taste of what you have to look forward to in reference to the conversations with some of these young ladies. Google Translate can't hurt you. Learn the language can't hurt you. You already know what it is. But like I said, man, you have to seek the opportunities or seize these moments when they're given to you. And like I said, even if your money's not right this year, 2023, it don't look like this is going to change anytime soon. You might not want to be the first persons or the first people to jump the gun on this one, but I'm telling you, it's there, right? If y'all can't fucking see it and y'all ain't fucking drooling this shit right now, right? Because the opportunity that exists, I can't help you. Okay, I'm just putting it out there for y'all to see. Anyways, he says you can't go wrong with Japan or South Korea. In my humble opinion, I don't believe you can go wrong there either. Shout out to my man E Styles. He says only if I was a single man, bro. I know, man. I'm seething, bro. I'm fucking drooling just thinking about it right now. I'm thinking about it right now. It's sad. It's sad in these streets, man. It'll change the game for a lot of guys. It could very well change the game for a lot of guys. If you're smart and you're really thinking about it, it could change the game for you. He said, I would love to work in South Korea again. I'm sure that was probably a great experience, right? I'm pretty sure that it was popping. Again, the only time I saw South Korea was when I was a little bit younger, but it is what it is, bro. He said, yeah, you are single in other countries. That's true. He said you might be taken in the Philippines, but you're single in Japan, you're single in Korea, you're single in all these other places. That's only a conversation between you, yourself, and you, man. Only 3 people need to know: you, yourself, and you. And yes, sir, there are no lies detected. Gavino, if I'm saying that right, what's going on, man? He says to work and reap benefits most of their own natives don't get. I would say opportunities are immense, especially for Americans, Europeans, and developed Asian countries. To work and reap the benefits most of their own natives. I'm reading it twice. Don't get. I would say opportunities are immense. I think it's a wide open book, man. I do believe that, right? It's a wide open canvas, right? Because these work opportunities, and I kind of feel like, what's crazy? This is how I'm thinking, right? Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm kind of feeling like they're going to specifically have jobs that they're looking to be filled by foreigners. There's going to be specific jobs that are either created or part of jobs or businesses or whatever that are going to specifically need to be filled by foreigners, right? You know how in the United States, they have a certain amount of jobs allocated for young ladies, women. They have a certain amount of jobs allocated for Black folk. They got a certain amount of jobs allocated for people with disabilities. They have those types of jobs that are allocated for a particular group of individuals. I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen in these Asian countries where there are going to be jobs specifically set aside for foreigners to be able to operate in those places and spaces. And they're going to be looking for talent to come in and fill those positions. And chances are you probably have to come through with very little qualification because of how willing they are to fill certain roles, right? Again, I'm just thinking. I'm not saying that's accurate. I'm just thinking in my head that could potentially be. But again, the good doc is not normal. I will tell you the truth. I think different. Maybe y'all see it different, but good doc is definitely fucking the hair. If I had hair, y'all, the fucking shit would be standing up on the back of my neck right now. if I had the shit. All right. Shout out to the homie Marley, man. The shit crazy pimping. I'm saying if y'all ain't looking for job or work opportunities in these countries right now, shit. Hey, maybe it's just ain't meant. Okay. I'm not gonna sit there and say it's for everybody. I'm just saying I'm seeing shit and y'all should be seeing it too. My man said, has South Korea on my list, most definitely in my top 5 now. Hey man, these opportunities are there. And even if you're not going there to work, let's be real. The article covered work opportunities for foreigners, right? Cool. So now I get to go to your country. Y'all gonna pay me to be in your country, and you're gonna be okay, I assume, a little bit, maybe not a bit, with me entertaining and interacting and being with your women. Oh my God, thank you. The fucking gods have rained down upon us, gentlemen. If you don't see it, I can't help you, right? The gods are raining down upon us. They're going to pay us to basically be there. Again, I'm not going to sit there and say it's going to be an easy transition. I'm not going to sit there and say that it's not going to require some adjustments. If you've never been to Korea or any Asian countries and you're not used to it, it could be a definitely, not necessarily a culture shock, but it could definitely require some adjustments. But even if you're not there from the work particular standpoint, if you're just there to just kind of feel the vibe of the country, just to go there and see if you like it or not, shit, go there, check it out for a month if you can, a couple weeks or so. See if it's something you're interested in. Go back and then start looking for job opportunities if you're still on the fence about job work or looking for work. If you're still in the working force or the workforce or you're still looking for work, I would definitely say jump on that immediately. Like fucking yesterday, okay? Because again, the information is there. How many people actually sees it? How many people actually think about it the way that I do? I don't know. My man said Africa is gonna run through that place, bro. You dumb. But yeah, they know their way around the Philippines. They know their way around Japan, and I think a couple of them have been seen in South Korea as well. It's gonna now become wide open space, Pippin. Because you got to understand, I do believe that the work opportunities in South Korea will probably pay you a far more than they probably would with wages in their own home country, Africa, right? So, yeah, if you're going to let me come to the country, you know what I'm saying, deal with your young ladies and whatnot. And, to be honest with you, Africans really are one of the main groups of people, with all due respect, that really adapt to whatever place they're at. There are quite a few of them that go to the Philippines and can kill Tagalog or Visayan or whatever particular area that they're living in. They're really good at adapting. They're really good at learning languages and stuff like that. So imagine, couple the fact that you're tall, dark, and handsome, right? Coupled with the fact that now you got your little job, put some money in your pocket, and you can speak the language. Oh yeah, man, I see that particular group of individuals slaying motherfuckers in that country. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, man. I see it happening too. They're gonna be like a million Blasian kids all over that country. Please believe, right? Because maybe it's the African American brethren, that will seize this opportunity far more than my Caucasian brethren. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is that the opportunity is there, and if you're not picking up what the good dog is putting down, yeah, can't help you. He said I could work in the semiconductor industry over there. Hey man, like I said, you have a way in, right? All you have to do is go online and see what particular job opportunities exist in the semiconductor industry, and I'm pretty sure you could do it. And even if you couldn't do it, chances are they will train you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they'll do whatever they can to keep you in the country because they're looking to increase the birth rate, right? It would be different if they were like, yo, we want foreigners over here because we want to show our international prowess and we want to show and bring in the international culture into our country and allow people to come over here and work in a diverse group of people or all this, that, and the other. It would be different if that was how they phrased it or how they fucking put it in a little pamphlet for us. No, straight to the point. Look, these birth rates are low, y'all. That's the truth. We ain't gonna even fucking lie to you. Birth rates are low. We need y'all bitches over here like yesterday. It's really how they said it without saying it. If you read the article, that is basically what they said. They went straight to the birth rate within the second sentence, or the second or third sentence of the actual article. Think about that. The second or third sentence, that is exactly what they went to. Birth rates are low. Our people are dying. 36 months in a row, more people passed away than births had. What the fuck you think they're trying to tell us, y'all? What do you think they're trying to tell us? Anyways, y'all, I see 19 of y'all in the building, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. If you haven't already dropped your like, man, y'all make sure y'all do so, man. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. If wants it, needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support the good doc in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, happy and blessed y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now and then, business as usual. Korean fried chicken is the truth. In the Philippines, they got banchan, Bonchon, banchan, Korean fried chicken. That shit is popping. It's like a double fried crispy, just the crispiest damn chicken I ever had in my life. First time I ever had fish tacos was at banchan. Good times, ladies and gentlemen, good times. But if you had never had Korean fried chicken, that's the version of it from the Philippines. I'm not sure if that's the authentic, but it tastes pretty damn tasty to me. Right? And you're talking about somebody who knows about you talk about somebody who knows about fried chicken. I'm sorry. Probably because I am black. Anyways, shout out to the homie Terry Edwards. What's going on, family? Let me go ahead and get to these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Doc a little slow. My man said, he said, have day with travel. Hey, man, that's pretty. Hey, is that what you're going to write on your resume, sir? Yo, fam, is that what you gonna write on your resume? I got a nigga and I'm willing to travel, willing to relocate, sir. Is that all it takes? That's what's gonna be written on the resume, man. Come on now, we got to be a little bit more creative than that. Even though that probably might be the only requirement, you got to be a little bit more creative than that, sir. I do not believe that they're going to to just allow that to be the only thing written below your name and your address and your email and contact information. You're gonna have to come a little bit better than that. You gotta at least feign like you're there for the job, sir. Come on now. Come on. We definitely gonna be ski, man. Shout out to Lil John, the Eastside Boys, and my boy Dave Chappelle, which made that whole saying or phrase or whatever probably the most popular as we ever know. All right, Marley said the gatekeepers have spoken just in time, single and ready. Pockets on full too. Birdman hand rub. Bro, we in the corner doing the Birdman hand rub, yo. If y'all ain't Birdman hand rubbing with me, I can't help you, sir. I cannot help you because it's there. The opportunity is there, right? Again, am I going to sit there and tell you that you're going to go through that country and run through it like that? I am not one to say that. I am not one to encourage that type of behavior. That is not what we do on the Good Docs channel. But what I do know and what I am willing to do is to make inferences, right? I am willing to tell you what I see before me. And if you guys aren't seeing what I am seeing, allow me to enlighten you. Birth rate's low. Foreigners allowed to come through for work. Y'all fill in the blanks between there. All right. Y'all filling your own blanks, man. I can't do it for you. All right. So shout out to my man Pitmaster, see what's going on with you. He says, are they okay with mixed babies? Renee, that is a great question. I am not sure about how they feel about mixed race children. I don't like, okay, let me say what I said earlier. With all due respect, I know that South Korean people or the government in South Korea would rather see Korean men, Korean women making beautiful Korean babies. I'm gonna say that one more time. They would rather Korean men, Korean women making beautiful Korean babies. But that's not happening. You understand? It's not happening. They're not mating. They're not getting together. They're not having children. So now we're pretty much at this place in space. It's like a fucking not a dark space, but like this blank space. They're just trying to figure it out. So I feel that in a way of helping themselves figure it out, they're allowing foreigners to come into the country, i.e., to potentially have relationships with their young ladies. I'm not saying that's the only reason they're doing it, but the numbers and what they say don't lie. That's all I'm saying. So are they okay with it? I do believe that they're going to find a way to be okay with it. Now, if you want to get into the nitty gritty of it all and you want to get into the, what types of foreigner mixes with babies do you think are going to be more acceptable than the other, the white babies with the Korean or the black babies in Korea? I'm going to let y'all have that argument with yourselves, but I'm just giving you the information as I see it. So if they are okay, it seems as though they're going to end up being okay with it, or they're going to adjust or adapt to being okay with it if they are willing to offer work opportunities for foreigners, number one, and birth rates are low. They're trying to have kids. They're trying to repopulate. I guess that's the proper term. They're just trying to repopulate. Like my man says, he said at this at this moment it's free game, y'all. That's pretty much what it is, man. It's pretty much what it is. Shout out to the homie Donovan. What's going on, man? He says, don't forget about Myanmar and Thailand. I haven't heard about the birth rates there, but if there's any article or information you care to share, sir, if you got some statistics that could add a little bit of fuel to the fire for that one, I would love to hear it. I would love to do the research myself, but I can't do it while I'm working. But if you got some information that will definitely provide a little bit of information on those trending stats and data, yeah, let's hear what they got to say about that one. Myanmar sounds like it might be a little bit more difficult to understand. I am not familiar with the country, cultures, and customs that come from that particular area. Japan, South Korea, kind of just enough to have an understanding there. But of course, Thailand, you already know what it is. The thing about it is, I wish the Philippines would open up foreign work opportunities. They don't really have it like that. They need to. That's all I'm saying. Philippines, nah, they don't need no help. They don't need no help. Orders are just coming anyways. So figuratively and literally coming anyways. So I don't really think that they really need to provide any work opportunities over there, but can't hurt, right? There'll probably be a lot more tech jobs, right? Working with Samsung and places like that. I can see that being a thing as well. My man, Professor Hayes, what's going on? He says, I wonder if they are going to raise the age limit to obtain a work permit or visa. You said you wonder if they're going to raise the age limit. To me, at this moment, and I'm just on the outside looking in, and I'm just thinking about it out loud. I don't think that's going to be something that they're willing to raise right now, because it's going to exclude a large group of the foreigner base, right? If you, let's say 30 years old or something like that, probably still okay. But if you're a younger expat type of guy looking to travel or whatever it may be into the country, you're looking for a job or a work opportunity, you're not trying to alienate anybody, right? So I'm kind of feeling like, if anything, if there is an age limit, I'm not sure because I haven't done that part of the research. If you know, please feel free to share. But I kind of feel like if they put an age cap on shit, you're alienating certain amounts of people that could actually come, figuratively and literally. I will say that every time I say that. Don't worry about me. I'm stupid. I told you I'm crazy, right? But you don't want to alienate any particular group of individuals that could potentially, or that are willing to come to the country, figuratively and literally. Okay, so yeah, I don't think so. Americans love themselves some K-pop, right? Americans would probably go just to immerse themselves in the K-pop culture. Absolutely. BTS, popping. BTS, burn the stage, whatever the motherfuckers' names is, popping. Wifey had me at a fucking Blackpink concert in Atlanta in November. Popping. Motherfuckers, bro, that concert was damn near sold out. And Doc's over here crunching the numbers, right? So Wifey ended up getting some souvenirs and shit, right? She bought this Blackpink light stick shit, and she got like a little tour shirt, a tour date sweatshirt or some shit, right? I was crunching the numbers, right? And everybody in that arena, damn near everybody in that arena had these light sticks. Now, the light sticks cost roughly about $55, $60. I can't remember exactly, but I crunched the number and said if 20,000 people showed up at that concert and bought a light stick, man, they've already made them $1 million+. You understand? So pop it. All right, let's get to the point. Let's get back to what I'm trying to say. Pop it. BTS, pop it. Blackpink, pop it. Those are pretty much the most popping that I'm aware of. But yes, and I do believe that because of how popular and polarizing K-pop or K-pop music or whatever you want to call it is, and especially a place like the US, providing work opportunities for people over there, shit, come on, man. There are going to be far more people that I believe, especially the younger generation, which is why when you ask about the age cap, I'm saying that's impossible, because this is the younger generation right now that are really embracing this K-pop music, right? So I kind of feel like, male or female, they're not really trying to alienate anybody from coming to the country, right? You should have seen all these guys in the concert with their I Love Lisa shirts on and shit. It was weird. It was scary. It was a lot of guys there at these at the show that me and the wife went to in Atlanta. A lot of white dudes there, and I ain't alienate nobody. It was just crazy. I ain't never seen so much fandom. Dudes wearing I Love Lisa shirts and shit. I said, oh yeah, they probably gonna be the ones flooding that country once they're aware of this information. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like once they're aware of this information, y'all, they're gonna flood that country. Big facts. All right. So oh man said gotta get my K-pop game up, bro. Just learn the language. You'll be all right. Learn Blackpink and BTS. You're good, bro. I think they'll be all right with it, man. He said the message was very transparent. Believe me, we understood the assignment. A lot of people don't, fam. Marley, you would be surprised that a lot of people who missed the assignment, sir. I can't help you anymore, right? All I can do is tell you what I see before me and how the gods are literally opening the floodgates. If you're not willing to walk through, and I mean, all you got to do is scroll through. Yes, sir. Chosen one, what's up with you, man? Don't come in a drink. Don't come in with a drink right now. My man said eHarmony Korea. Okay, so that's one of the dating sites in Korea. Okay, I've never heard of that. I know eHarmony, of course, but I didn't know that there was a Korean version of that. Hey, man, the more you know. Just a little information right there. They are not paying me to say this, or I don't think they're paying my brother to say it either. He said Philippines don't need to provide jobs for foreigners. Half their own country can't find jobs. That's true. That's what I said. I was thinking there would be no point. Foreigners are already flooding that country in droves. I doubt you need to provide work opportunities. My man said Nick Cannon is doing the Birdman hand rub. Oh, yeah, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon looking for a new country to conquer, man, because he's already gotten 20 babies here in the United States. My man's looking to go worldwide. I can already see it right now. Let Nick Cannon become aware of this information. He going to go over, what's this motherfucker going to do? You remember how Steve Harvey went over to South Africa to do the Family Feud show? He going to find a way to get him a show over there in South Korea doing whatever the fuck he can. Believe you me, homie. Believe you me. Larry, what's going on, man? He says, have you heard about certain countries being underwater in the next 30 years? If so, do you think Philippines will be one of them? Larry, I have not. I appreciate the super chat, sir. Make sure I get that out the way. Appreciate you, fam. All right, appreciate the support. I'm not very much aware of that. I do need to read a couple of articles on it to kind of get an idea of where that's coming from. But if I had to speculate, not knowing any information, with the way the Philippines floods every damn time it rains, every time there's a tornado, the way these countries flood, I mean, more specifically, certain areas in the Philippines flood out around September when it's the rainy season or at the height of the rainy season in the Philippines. Yeah, I can see the Philippines being one of those countries without really knowing the information and how they really come to the world being flooded in 30 years or so. Without knowing it, I can see the Philippines being one of those countries because they're surrounded by water. And every time any type of hard rain comes through, man, it can get real nasty in a lot of areas, right? Unless you're living in high ground, it can get really nasty over there, sir. Really nasty. My man says, I worked in, okay, like I said, Larry, appreciate the super chat family, right? Yo, 20 in the building. If you haven't already dropped your like, make sure you do so. He says, I worked at SK Hynix. I'm not familiar. And Samsung there before I need to check my contracts and see there to see what's up. You talk about your contacts? I think you said your contacts. Yeah, please do. Right? Everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. Like I said, man, if you're really willing to do it, this looks like the place to be. That's all I'm saying. He said, I've never heard of K-pop until I came to the Philippines. If I was 30 years younger, maybe. That's the play, sir. That is the play. That's all I'm saying. No problem. I appreciate the comment, man. I appreciate the question because that's something that I really should look into myself. Quentin Willis, what's going on, family? Appreciate you locking in, fam. He says more like they're gonna be a few Nick Cannons running around South Korea. That's true. There's probably gonna be quite a few of them. I don't encourage you guys to partake in said activities, okay? Let me make sure that I preface this because I don't want nobody to think that the good doc is over there promoting promiscuity and promoting going around here having a multitude of different babies. All I'm saying is that seems to be what the government is looking for people to do. That's all I'm saying. It looks like saying it without saying that this is what they want y'all to do. I could be wrong, right? Doc's not always right, but the information is there. Some people understand the assignment. A lot of people don't get the assignment. But let me recap, okay? For everybody who's just tuning in, for all of y'all in the nosebleeds, for all of y'all who don't understand or pick up what the good doc is putting down, article says specifically the opening of job opportunities for foreigners in South Korea. Second or third sentence in said article, birth rates are low. Expected to drop 27% in the next 50 years. Or 36 months in a row, more people have passed away than have been delivered in birth. More people passed away than delivered in birth. 36 months in a row. They want y'all to have kids, y'all. They want y'all to run around the country like you Nick Cannon. I'm not saying they do, but it seems like, look, man, we got to get these birth rates up. We trying to get our community up, right? Look, man, I can only tell you what they telling you. I can only say it without saying it. and being blunt with it. Japan too, man. Japan, I haven't heard about the opening of job opportunities yet, but you may hear some articles or news coming out very soon about Japan opening up work opportunities for foreigners as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get over there and work now if you looked hard enough, but they're not openly saying it like Korea is right now in reference to easing the barriers of entry into the country, right? They're going to help you with that. They're going to help you naturalize yourself as a foreigner in that country. My nigga, what else do you need to hear? Korean Cupid is also another one. Look, man, I'm just saying. There's some dating sites out there if you really looking to check it out. My man's dropping them right there in the chat. eHarmony Korea, Korean Cupid. Just Google search Korean online dating sites. I'm pretty sure Google will help you to fuck out, right? If that's really your opportunity, if that's really what you're looking for, why the fuck not? All right. And again, it's a wonderful period of time right now for us as gentlemen, as men, right? It's an open opportunity. The world is your oyster, my friends. And whether you choose to gobble that bitch up or not, it's here. And the opportunities are abundant now, probably more now than they were back in the day, right? Don't get me wrong. Shout out to all my brethren who came before us, the ones that were really passporting it up, the ones that chose to retire in places like the Philippines and Japan and Korea back in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s and probably even the early 2000s, like my dad, and everything like that. Shout out to them that were on this wave before it became a social media sensation. That's what I'll call it. Before it became social media relevant and social media popular. Shout out to all the people who did it before then, right? My pops brung me and my brother to the Philippines. My brother went over there in 2005. I visited for the first time in 2005, ended up living there in 2006. Best fucking 10 years of my life. Best 10 years of my fucking life. I did it all, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Ended up with a wife and everything. So I'm gooch. But in reality, man, like I said, y'all ain't got to go over there and get married. They just kind of open it up. They open up the floodgates, right? Because they kind of see this is it. This is what we have to do in order to maintain or to keep up. Or this is probably something that's experimental. We don't know. This could be something that is just being said right now. You don't always have to be the first one through the floodgates or anything. This may be just a thought process, how they're going to maneuver as the country continues to develop. We'll see, right? We don't know yet. But what we do know is that the information is there. We see where their mind is. We see what they're thinking. Now, how you choose to maneuver and work it, that's completely up to you. In the Philippines, they say bahala ka, which means it's completely up to you. What? 19 in the building, man. If y'all haven't dropped your like, man, make sure y'all drop a like for the good dot, man, because the gems are coming in abundance. All right. I know I'm repetitious tonight. I get it. I know, Doc, you done said it fucking 50 times, man. I've been here since the beginning, bro. You keep saying the same shit. We get it. But some of y'all don't. So I'm keep saying it. Probably more and more now. Then I'm gonna read some comments and shit. But I appreciate y'all locking in, man. 20 in the building. If you haven't dropped your like, you already know what to do. Again, if you guys want to support, please feel free. But like I said, man, we happy that y'all come through and gather up all of this information. Again, let me make sure I shout out the email chain gang, the individuals who shared this particular article with me to kind of give me the momentum to say, hey, man, Pookies, Ray Race, your presence is needed. We don't want you here technically, but fuck it. We need y'all right now, right? We need y'all. We need y'all without needing y'all, all right? My man says, Doc, he said, I'm letting you know from the jump. He said, you're going to be a godfather. Hey, fam, you know what, man? I appreciate it, man. I'm honored, sir. I would be honored. Don't be asking me for the money, man, because I'm broke as fuck. But I will be honored, man. Doc going to be a godfather like goddamn half of Korea right now. Half of the new Korean population going to be half-breeds. How much you want to bet? That's the scary part. Half of the new breed going to be, yeah. That's all I'm going to say, man. Anyways. My man says, go to China to be an English teacher. That job is guaranteed if you're looking for a job. Absolutely. They always looking for ESL teachers, English as a second language teachers, get your TESOL certifications and stuff like that. I got mine because I thought it would be a good thing to have. But yeah. MD, what's going on, fam? He says, does that apply to black dudes? South Korea can be a little, I know what you mean. And let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, okay? We're not stupid, okay? I'm not gonna sit there and half step you and act like everybody's gonna be okay with little half breed black and Korean babies running around here, even though that's probably one of the most on there. Um, you got to understand right now, I kind of feel like it's wide open because they are, in my opinion, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm going to say it. I feel like they're desperate as hell to get their birth rates up. They're desperate. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh my God, they're going to need me. They need me over there. No, they don't need you over there. But I do feel they are desperate to get foreigners over there to help increase the birth rate. Now, maybe they're having an expectation that it will be far more of one race than the other. Maybe. Do I sit there and act like they cool with all black people? No, hell no, man. Come on now. Racism exists everywhere. They ain't always going to rock with us. It's cool. But you have to understand, there are that group. There's a couple of them in the cut that y'all may not know about, right? Don't think they don't want to try, okay? Don't sit there and half-step shit. Don't act like they don't want to try it, all right? Don't act like they're not curious, okay? I say it all the time, man. I know it's probably not the best approach. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you the truth. You don't think that these girls are curious to see if the black man is like the porno videos they be watching? With all due respect, I'm just talking, but hear me when I say it. There's a level of curiosity that exists, right? When you're used to dealing with the same types of guys every day. Same with Filipinas, same with Japanese guys, whatever. In any country you go to, when you're used to dealing with the same types of guys on a daily basis, do you not think that somebody new, black or white, provides you a new sort of interest, a new sort of intrigue, a new sort of, damn, let me see what this man is about type shit? It's there. Okay? It's there. Now, am I going to sit here and act like everybody's going to be cool with it? No, I'm not going to act like everybody's going to be cool with it because I don't know. Right? But let us not overlook the fact of who said this shit. This isn't just some random run-of-the-mill YouTuber talking about, hey, black guys, white guys, foreign guys, come to Korea. No, motherfucker, this is their government opening up opportunities for us. Now, that brings up a great point, though. You do bring up a great point because they could very well not hire black people. That is actually something I never thought about. For example, if you go over there and you're hot and they need your curriculum vitae, aka your resume, and they see that you are of African American descent, they could overlook your application. They could, if you choose to take the business opportunity standpoint. Now, let us not forget that there are American jobs and businesses that are operating in South Korea. There are American universities. Speaking more specifically for myself as a teacher, there are American universities that are also operating in these foreign countries. So you don't necessarily have to go through that particular route to get there. You don't even have to go there for the job. You just see what's there. You see that the opportunity is opening itself up because of the low birth rates. If you're not going there to work, but your money is good, you can see the opportunity that exists. That's all I'm going to say. All right. My man said opening the floodgates, opening up the legs, man. My man says just book my flight to Bangkok. Hey, yo, man, have some fun, right? Enjoy yourself, sir. Shout out to the homie MD. What's up, fam? I don't think you were talking to me. My bad. My man said the black ice cube, the black Korean ice cube. Look, man, look. Y'all gotta chill, man. Chosen one, are you really gonna sit there and say it's Japanese women or nothing, sir? Come on, man. Thailand, come on now. South Korea got some baddies, bro. Don't play like that. Don't play that. Yes, I have heard of Lily Petals. She is dating a black dude, right? They got kids and stuff together. I think, if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong, but I think that's the young lady that some fucking recommended YouTube videos came across my page. This was a while ago, but I do remember people recommending her content to me. All right, but hey, to be honest with you though, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth because this is one thing that I've noticed even in my life in the Philippines, right? At some point, not really. Fuck, let me get my words right. At some point, it does not help you to have a cosign. I'm sorry, back up, rewind. It does not hurt you, but can help you to have a cosign in the country, right? Somebody to introduce you to a friend's group. I've had that happen in the Philippines so much, it's crazy. Hey, this is my friend Mike. We go to school together, blah, blah, blah. We work together, blah, blah, blah. Introduce you to their friend group. All they need is somebody to co-sign, bring you in. Somebody that they know, introduce you to their little friend group and shit, man. You could probably run through about half the girls in that group, period. Because most of the time, they just need that introduction, right? So whether you black, white, or indifferent, bro, I might care green, brown, whatever fuck. Sometimes if you get that cosign, somebody in the country that you rock with, somebody you cool with, kind of just slide you up in that bitch. It can hurt you. It can help you more than it could hurt you. All right, my man says the fact that they have curiosity, especially if you hit them with that charisma, with that Casanova moving and grooving. Absolutely. Fam, look, all you have to do is be charismatic. Come on now, let's be real, man. You got to have communication, man. You can't just be no dude coming over to the country thinking that the shit going to fall at your feet. Don't work that way. You got to be able to talk to people, right? If you have a little bit of charm, you know what I'm saying? Make them laugh a little bit. Bro, that shit take you further than anything you'll ever know, fam, for sure. But a lot of guys don't know that shit. They don't. Not like you said, you can't help them all. You can give them the information, put it out there in front of them, but you can't help them all. Can't save them all either. But I do know this. If I was one of y'all right now, I'll be thinking in advance, right? That's it. I'll be thinking in advance. Birth rate is low for everybody that have money. Kids are expensive. That's true. Kids are a liability. Kids are a lot of things. But the thing is, I believe that they're hoping to change that around with the opening of the floodgates for foreigners to come through. I think that they're praying that that is the answer they're looking for. They might not be pure, but they might be mixed. But now they are what? Citizens that are represented in that country, right? Their birth rates are going to come up. That's really what they're looking for. So at this point, I don't think they give a fuck. At this point, I don't think they actually care. Black, Korean, white, Korean, Japanese, Korean. I don't think that's possible. I think the Japanese and Korean don't really like each other. Somebody told me a story about that, right? Somebody told me a story a long time ago about, they're not really vibing. Japanese and Korean. I'm not sure. Maybe I heard that wrong, but, you may never see that particular mix. Maybe, maybe not, but who knows? He said, I met this Korean flight attendant on my way back to the Philippines. She was pretty interested. Fam, it don't take much. It does not take much. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, your presence is fucking 90% of the battle. Sometimes your presence, just fucking being there, is 90% of the battle. The other 10% is how you communicate. 90% of the battle is just getting there. Finances, all the shit that it takes for you to travel to these countries. 90% of the battle is just fucking getting there. Once you get there, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it pretty much does the work itself. That's all I'm gonna say. Sometimes it does the work itself. My man says she divorced. She's dating a new black dude. Okay. Like I said, man, I don't keep up. I'm sorry. I'm just too low. Hey, man, chosen one. Don't be out here. Don't tell everybody my business, man. Like I said, man, if anything happens, it's not the doc's fault. It's Marcus's fault. Okay. Don't throw me under the bus like that. It's clearly it's Marcus's fault. Okay. Don't judge me, man. Man, love y'all, man. We just in the business, bro. I'm just in here reading comments, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been busy. Anyways, but like I said, fam, I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. I appreciate y'all locking in. I don't think there's anything else I can say before it becomes hella repetitive and y'all start being like, oh, nah, man, we gotta go, bro. Unless you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave it in the chat, man. I'll give you guys a few more minutes, man. But after that, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go on about your business, man. It's a work day for the majority of us. Look, I still report to a 9 to 5, bro. Still report to a 9 to 5. What's the current Bitcoin rate? Somebody said crypto was on fire today, but I didn't keep up, man. I'm sorry. I saw it in a video. I did not know. I know it was at like 19 last time I checked. Where we at? 21 or some shit? Anyways, back to what I was saying, y'all. I don't want to get too repetitive, but I think y'all pick up what the good doc's putting down, man. I don't need to repeat myself too much anymore. But I'm happy that y'all came through tonight, man. It was fun. It was noteworthy. I do believe that anybody who actually watches this particular video, it could spark some intrigue, right? it could definitely spark some interest. Like, damn, this could really be the play, right? South Korea could be the play. Japan could be the play for me, right? If you hadn't considered it, but you were looking for a country to put on your map, you got two of them now. Just look, nobody's telling you that you have to go there. Nobody's telling you that you're going to clean up if you go there. All I'm saying is you see the opportunity that exists. You see what's in front of you. You take it how you want to take it. Okay? And it'll all work itself out. If you know the assignment, sir. If you know the assignment and you know what you need to do, I would say put in the work right now. Nigga, I would say put in the work yesterday. Because I know for a fact what it could potentially mean. Right? It could be a beautiful thing for a lot of people if you soak it up and you put that in your piggy bank. You know what I'm saying? It could be a good play. Now, I'm not saying that you're not gonna have to deal with, like I said, traditional women. You know what I'm saying? That's the way. Hey, what other type of woman would you want to deal with anyways, right? Other than the ones that come from the traditional backgrounds and they do what they supposed to do, right? So, in reality, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that with all due respect and love for each of these particular Asian countries, you already know what it is, man. Doc is probably passport brethren Asia specific, right? I'll be the real one to tell you that. Like I said, man, I see it. I love the opportunity that will probably roll out within the middle of the end of this year for a lot of people. And as long as y'all act right, y'all might be able to get right. Oh man said it's all good, Doc. I understand the assignment. This is not for the faint of heart. Oh yeah, man. If you ain't ready, man, it could hurt. It could hurt you more than it can help you. But if y'all want to bitch up and start saying, "Oh, this ain't for me," because y'all ain't willing to put forth the effort to stand up or rock with the challenge, hey, you do you, my friend. You do you. Japan is all day for you, family. I know why, though. I see it. I see it. They do have strong traditions, strong fucking traditions, man. And the women, they do act right. I do believe South Korean women act right too. He said there's a good sized Korean population here in Tacoma. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm here in my little community here in North Cackalack. What do I see the most of? I don't know, man. We got a pretty, I wouldn't say large community because that's not right, but we got a little bit of everything, man. They got Korean churches here, and of course, they got I think a larger Jamaican community than I thought I would ever see. They got a very large Jamaican community in my little area. Not so much Chinese. Like I said, Korean, probably Jamaican. Probably be the ones that I've seen the most of in my area. Feminism can be an issue in South Korea based on what I've heard. I love Asian women, so I'd still probably visit if I were a single guy. Tread lightly, my friends. Tread lightly. Like I said, man, don't just jump with both feet in and say, hey, bitch, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You might need to figure it out, see how it works for yourself first before you really go all in. Before it becomes a full-on assault, you might need to do some recon, right? Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of recon. If you got it in you, see what works for you. That's all I'm saying. I lived in Korea for a year while in the military. I was not impressed, but I did not go to Seoul a lot. Seoul is expensive. That I do know. That I fucking do know. I heard how expensive it can be. I think the air bases they have out there is what, Osan and it was Osan and fucking give it to me 1 second. Camp Humphreys, I think. Hey, what's up, okay? He says, shout out to you for the car roller with the good doc. He said, your analysis of recent event was spot on. I talked with the young man in question. The hard-headedness was over 9,000. They got him put for his own good. I'll tell you the truth, man. I'm going to tell you the truth. There's levels to this passport shit. Camp Casey. I wasn't familiar. I appreciate that one. I know Camp Humphreys, and I think Osam was the base I was wearing. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Let's keep it a buck, man. There's levels to this passport shit, right? And at some point, truth be told, it's not dissension, but there's different types. And I explained it even in a live show that I did with my boy Mike. I explained it to you. There are the passport dudes who act like they're in a fucking fraternity. And then there are the others, right? You know, the fraternity types. They wild out, they go hard in. There's very few things that you can say to them because they're always going to be right. And sometimes you have to let the shit play out the way that it does. And unfortunately, if it happens to be that you get exiled from what I've heard for 10 fucking years from that particular place that you love so fucking much, because some people didn't like or take kind to some things that you said, now what are we going to do? All right? Because I'm praying that it works out, but it just feels like nobody going to hear you, bro. Nobody want to hear that shit. And now people are stuck dealing with the ramifications of that action. And like I said before, man, you got to beware of the shit that you do for the clicks and views. Beware of the shit that y'all do for clicks and views, right? I get it. You get the ball rolling on a YouTube channel, you know, you're on TikTok or whatever, your social medias, man, and you're up here popping off, doing your thing and shit. People are following you, championing you and saying, yo, man, yo, this motherfucker is ill, man. He the one right here. He the dude, right? You start popping, everybody getting on you and getting in your corner and shit, and you're going back and forth with people. Fuck you, bitch, this, that, and the other, man. That's why we don't deal with women like you, da-da-da. You start going back and forth with them. Now you're creating an enemy. An enemy that you don't want, because these motherfuckers don't forget nothing, right? They don't forget shit. And when you know that they don't forget shit, but you do it anyways and you don't care and you're continuously with it and you're continuous with your verbal assault, with all due respect, they gonna come, ooh, they just waiting for you to fuck up. Ooh, they are in the cut seething. First of all, because they're mad because you responded to them. When I said we got to stop talking about it, I said we got to stop talking about it, right? If you want to, I'll put it to you like this. This is all you got to do. If you really are the one that's really about showing the receipts, right? You got to show everybody that you living your best life. Make a video of you living your best life, right? Beautiful young lady on your arm or some shit. You going somewhere, you hanging out, you're interviewing, you're doing this, you're doing that. Leave all the other negative shit out of it. Don't even talk about these bitches. Just leave them alone. Just, they don't exist. Show them why. Show other guys what they could have if they did the exact same thing as you. Right? Chill. Relax. Just show that shit. Don't say nothing. Sometimes you could just film yourself next to a beautiful young lady and say, man, I'm living my best life. Peace. Be done. Video probably do way better than you fucking popping off and talking shit, because at that point, you're not even engaging. If you know the truth, we already won, right? If you know the truth and you play chess, not checkers, you already know we had checkmate. The fact that we got abroad or whatever we're doing and we're kicking and living our best life, it's already the checkmate. We're already dealing with the young ladies we want to. Checkmate. We good. We don't need to engage in battle with people who don't really mean a fucking thing to us. I know it's hard for a lot of guys because they feel like they got to defend their stances and they got to go back and forth with these motherfuckers and do all that shit. Look, man, if you want to play the back and forth game, cool. Some people are hot-headed. Some people don't get it. Some people don't want to get it. Fuck y'all. I'm going to say my piece. Y'all going to hear what the fuck I got to say. It's my First Amendment right. But you don't have those rights in other countries. And even though you weren't saying a goddamn thing about the people, they know how to spin that shit. Oh, they know how to spin it. And now you're public enemy fucking number one. Who wants to be public enemy number one, y'all? Who wants to be persona non grata? Nobody wants that shit. And I don't want that for any of my guys. But guess what? This is the ramifications of one's actions. And there's nothing you can do. You can't take it back, sir. It happened. Now it's done. And now it's probably all over a particular country. Who knows that that has spread to other countries, right? The news about you has spread to other countries, right? Who knows how that plays out? Who knows how far their reach goes? Who knows if you are going to be fucking exiled from the entire fucking continent, whatever, South America, whatever, fuck. All because of comments that were made. You see, and it hurts me that it happened to you because you can't say all the shit that you said and walk it back, right? You just can't, right? It just ain't gonna work like that, and that's all it is, man. I don't know, bro. He said I was in Suswan. Oh, bro, y'all don't know about the places. He said these passport streets are more dangerous than O Block in Chicago. You ain't never lie, bro. These passport streets is dangerous. Man, motherfuckers is getting taken out left and right. And it's funny to me, man. I don't give a fuck. I move differently, man. I ain't gonna cap. It's like I feel like I feel for y'all, but I can't relate. That's the crazy part. I feel for you, but I can't relate. Right? And all you're doing is giving all these other motherfuckers who had everything to say about you all the ammunition that they need to continue talking about you. Why? Because you addressed them. It felt as though your attacks were targeted towards them. Now all of a sudden, you're giving them all the ammunition that they need to continue to shit on you. And it's bad. It's bad juju. I don't talk anymore, man. I have my fun. Like I said, I make my videos every now and again, but my shit is cookie cutter, man. And I make sure it is cookie cutter for a reason, because y'all ain't about to exile me before I even get a chance to go back to the motherfucker. Be smart. And you can't really talk to certain people, man. Some people you can't, it's not going to penetrate, right? And I think, shout out to my big bro. Yeah, it was my big bro, O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? As a matter of fact, I think I was watching his video of the entire situation, and I think this is where he said it. He was like, if you think about back in the day, these hardcore MGTOW types, these hardcore MGTOW red pill types of dudes that were out back in the day and they were going ham, he said, where are they now? Right? They've been deplatformed, all of this shit is happening to them. And again, I don't know these people because I ain't really rock with the content like that. But he says all the people that were super hard about or going hard at this, that, and the other, fuck women type of mentality, he said those hardcore guys that refuse to change or adapt or develop, he said they ain't nowhere to be found. And the reason they're nowhere to be found is why? Because they've been deplatformed. They said too much shit. They talk too much. And guess what? Now you are a victim of your own fucking words. You're going to try to walk it back and say, I'm sorry? Like that apology is going to fucking go over? It's not. It ain't. So now we just fucked. Period. He said, also good doc. He said, your move in silence mantra, brother, is straight from military passport OG's mantra, which is why the Passport Bros movement became such a big thing because of that in the first place. Maybe I believe it's because my father was intricate in my move overseas, so I followed a template that was put before me, right? I feel like sometimes a lot of these guys need the education, but it ain't gonna help because they're gonna move the way they want to move. They want to do what they want to do, and they want to talk the shit they want to talk. And sometimes you can't save them all, gents, and that's unfortunate. It truly, truly is, because I want everybody to succeed overseas. I do, but my dad told me from Jump Street, bro, you can't be no asshole, man. You can't be no asshole. You can't be a dick to people. You got to be good to people. You got to be nice to people. There are going to be some people that are going to piss you off, but understand this. This ain't your fucking country. First thing he ever taught me, bro, this ain't your country. And I was never the type to pop off. That's not my energy, y'all. I don't play that shit. I'm not that dude. I'm not about that life. I'll tell you straight up. I'm not going to go off and, run my mouth, and that's not me. So from Jump Street, he told me, yo, man, y'all got to keep it cool over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for your own safety, peace of mind, and well-being, just keep it cool, right? Don't worry about all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to participate in any of this extra shit. You just do you. And because I came before this movement took the fuck off, everything that you say, I agree with to an extent. The philosophies that come with this movement, I agree with. But that's kind of where it stops for me, man. Like, I want y'all to succeed, but if the shit that you feel you have to do has to put down somebody else, I told y'all, man, I'm not with it. I'm not for it because I don't see it benefiting me in any way, shape, or form. I remember when I first moved overseas, man, I was bragging I was bragging to my homeboys in an email. I said, yo, let me send you a picture of this girl that I was talking to back then. And everybody, it was just an email, right? Email. I was just sending shit to my boys and stuff, right? I think back then MySpace was popular. I might have sent some shit on MySpace, whatever. But that was it, man. That was all we talked about, right? Now this shit, people are being deplatformed, y'all. So if y'all don't know when to shut the fuck up or let it ride, right? Let these motherfuckers say what they want to say. If a dude is going to be worried about what you choose to do with your dick and shit, if a dude want to come at you and all this stuff and have all this excess energy for no fucking reason, let them have it, right? Let them have that energy, right? Because you don't know what's going on in their lives, right? If your life is great, understand this. If your life is great and your life is good, why the fuck are you worried about everybody else? Why are you worried about what they say about passport guys? I understand the willingness to defend your stances as one of the people that are part of the community, but that shit ain't gonna help you in the end if all you're doing is degrading and downing another group of people. As you can see, the shit won't hurt. It will not help you. And only when you realize that you really fucked yourself in the ass, with all due respect, with your words, it's gonna be too late for you to try to run it back. And even then, you'll probably not want to run it back because you're trying to save face. And that's kind of what it is right now. It's kind of like, man, you will accept it, you will make your apologies, but you'll never want to run it back. You'll never want to run back the energy that it may have offended other folk, right? Everything that you said that may have been offensive to other people. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna run that back. Shout out to my man Dave. What's up, man? He says, are the passport bro guys telling men to just go to foreign countries without doing any proper research? I haven't watched any of them. Bro, you're not missing anything. I respect them. A lot of guys usually come with the understanding of you do need to do your proper research. A lot of them may say that shit, but in reality, they're quick to jump the gun because you're seeing a lot of these guys going over there and they're saying, yo, man, look at me standing next to this beautiful young lady. You could have this if you come to the country too. And some of them are running with that, right? That's pretty much what it is. It seems like a lot of them are running with that. Yo, this dude's over here with this badass bitch. You mean to tell me that I can have a badass bitch too? Shit, man, I'm on a plane tomorrow type shit. And most of them learn on the go, for lack of a better term, right? A lot of them learn on the fly without doing the proper research. So it's like I wouldn't even say a 50-50. Some of these guys just run on a whim. 70% probably just go out on a whim, and 30% actually take the moment to figure out how to maneuver and operate. Which is why there's probably, I don't know the success rate. I really don't. But you'll notice that there might be a lot more guys coming back because, or, those trips, those 2-week vacations that they thought were fucking amazing and all of this shit was happening and everything was so beautiful. I was dealing with all these badass women, right? Now you're fucking addicted. Like my man said, it's a drug to a lot of these people, man. When they start traveling and shit, it's a drug. Fuck, I got to get back tomorrow without doing no research. Fuck it, man. I just want to bag me a girl and have me some fun. And then, the shit blows up if you're not right, if you're not acting right, bro. He says, I love the Korean street food. He said, you can't touch anything in the Philippines if you value your health. Yeah, that shit's all recooked oil and shit. I know what you mean. Incheon was, a place you went to as well. Korean street food is good. I haven't, like I said, man, y'all know more about this than I do, man. Gotta understand, man, there are levels to this shit. It's true. There's so many levels, bro. Beginner, intermediate, there's advanced. I'm not gonna brag and say that I'm at advanced, but I think I put in enough time to at least be able to analyze and lock in on shit before I jump the gun and shit. That's all I'll say. And there's levels to this shit, fam. And I don't think that a lot of these guys are ready. Right? There needs to be a proper education. There needs to be a tutorial. There needs to be a fucking class on this shit before guys just jump the gun. Especially my younger brethren, right? Just because the good doc looks like he's 12 years old, man, I got fucking over 10 years in this bitch. You feel me? Right? I might look like I got the Benjamin Button syndrome in this bitch, but goddamn it, I got over 10 years, man. Granted, 10 years in one particular country, but even though it was one particular country, it's not as if I was just stuck there without understanding how other shit operates, man. It's not as if I didn't educate myself on how other things rock in other places, right? I mean, you can sit in one country, but that doesn't mean that that's where you at and that's where you always gonna be. Because the minute you start doing it for the clicks and views, trust me, the minute you start doing it for the clicks and views, you've already fucked yourself. Period. With all due respect. Sorry if my profanity is not becoming of myself as a gentleman, right? As a doctorate of sorts. My bad. But y'all fucking yourselves in the ass when y'all start doing shit for the clicks and views. Anything that comes off as if you're exploiting particular young ladies from another country, automatic flag. The minute it comes off as if you're degrading, downing another group of individual, automatic flag. And again, they ain't gonna forget. That's one thing that I know about people. They don't forget. These bitches don't forget. All right. And I know this. And because, with all due respect, y'all know the good dot, man, I was raised by 3 women, right? I was. Before I moved overseas with my dad, you know, my mom and my peoples, they separated and shit. I lived with my mom, my auntie, and my grandma for the informative years of my life. And I do believe that that particular, those developmental years of my life from like 10 to 18, I believe, those were the years, man, where I really honed in and understood how women actually work and operate. It was easy. It was an educational moment. Now, did I have some simp ass tendencies when I first got to the Philippines? Yes, because of that. But my dad said, no, little nigga, this ain't how it goes, right? he reeled that in real quick, right? So again, I had to learn like everybody else. I had tutorials. I had people educate. My brother, my dad, those were my OGs. That was really what I had when I first got to the Philippines. So my base was fantastic. I couldn't go wrong. I couldn't fuck up. And if I did fuck up, I had people telling me, Doc, you're fucking up. This ain't what you're doing. You're doing it wrong. You're going to help yourself. And I listen, right? If you got people in the community that are telling you, my man, this ain't how you need to be rocking. This ain't how you need to be moving. And you still do the same shit. Only time will tell what the fuck will happen after that. That's all I'm going to say, man. You have to respect other people's cultures when you go overseas. Absolutely, man. 100%. Like I said, man, you can't go to Korea thinking you about to run through the country without being respectful of the culture. Of course, it sounds fun in theory. But you got to be better, right? You got to be better, man. YouTube streets are definitely dangerous. He says, I'm an Army vet as well. Shout out to all of my military brethren, man. Appreciate y'all locking in, man. He says facts. He says some people just don't get it. Best thing to do is move in silence, man. I don't know why I don't understand for the life of me. It incenses me, y'all. Y'all don't understand how mad it makes me. Like, to my core. Like, I try to keep it cool on surface level, but let me understand and let me make sure I really tell you how important it is to move in silence, right? To me. Because I know the world we living in right now, y'all. Y'all know that any fucking thing that you say can fucking ruin you tomorrow. That's the crazy part. So rather than bragging about this, talking about that, showing everybody you got this, showing everybody you got that, because, you know, don't get me wrong, you worked for it. It's yours. You did it. You got it out the mud or whatever. But now you're a target. And it makes it 20 times worse when you're like, fuck these bitches in the United States, man. Fuck these African-American women. Fuck these white girls. Fuck all the women in the United States. They ain't shit. They're not this. You know, you got all these obesity women in the United States. And they fat and they skinny over here. And bro, do you realize what you're doing to yourself when you do things like that? I'm like, ooh, like when I hear it, right? Like, I don't know about y'all, but have you ever heard somebody say some shit like that? And you like, ooh, did he really say that? Right? Ooh, did he really say that? Shit. They ain't canceled his ass yet. Now, a lot of people will be like, yo, man, if you don't speak your mind and you don't share your opinion, you're a bitch. You're over here whitewashed or brainwashed and you're following the norms and you're doing this and you're doing that. I said, nah, motherfucker, I'm just trying not to get canceled because I don't need it. That's the energy I don't need. I'm already winning, right? I already got the woman that I want to be with. I'm already dealing with the women that I want to be with. I'm already over here killing it. I'm having the time of my fucking life. And I'm sharing it with my guys who actually give a fuck, right? People in my Discord or people on my Facebook page, the people who actually care to fucking be there. I'm already sharing it with them. So why else do why do I need to make this a broadcast for fucking everybody who I already know for 100% fact they don't rock with me like that? So when I say move in silence, I mean that shit for real, right? Move in silence is, yo, if I want to put a video out, I'm gonna show you just me being me, having fun, doing this, doing that, right? I'm not gonna show you me doing me and then fucking fuck you, right? Me doing me and then a big fuck you to everybody else. It's gonna be inferred, right? The fuck you is gonna be inferred. It's not gonna be something that I'm gonna actually say, right? So it's kind of like it's mind manipulation, gameplay type shit, right? I want you to know that I'm saying this is a big fuck you to all of y'all, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't need to say it because you're seeing me show you all of that. That's kind of what the move in silence movement needs to be about in 2022. Let me just show you what I'm doing. Let me just show you that I'm living my best life, that I'm having fun, that I'm genuinely happy what I'm doing. But I don't need to tell everybody else off to enjoy my life, right? That's it. But it's hard because I know these guys want to brag so fucking much. That's the one thing about me. I've never been one to brag. If I brag, it's a humble one. I try to be humbled in this shit. A lot of people ain't. Not talking about my brother in particular that we referring to, but a lot of people ain't humbled in this shit. And that the lack of humility will come back to bite you in the ass. Believe you me, homie. It will bite you in the ass. My man said military is nothing but travel. Absolutely, man. It was Korea. It was Japan for me, and then the Philippines afterwards. Right? That was pretty much lifestyle overseas, bro. It's good shit. My man says, I hope what happened doesn't affect other black men when they come to travel. My boy who made a video says a lot of people are probably deferring away from, that particular country because it's too damn hot. That's what he said. He said a lot of guys are deferring, possibly, potentially deferring away from it because it's a little bit too hot to go to these particular countries now, right? Because of everything that happened, you got to wait for it to blow over, make sure people are a little bit calm, the waters are a little bit, back to normal. We got to tread a little bit different. A lot of people are just waiting for this shit to blow over because it ain't the place right now, right? Because a lot of what these guys do affects, a lot of the guys that are looking to travel, especially if they look like one of us, right? No different than that scrub ass dude that got caught up in the Philippines, man, filming people without consent. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, great, fam. Thank you. Yes, just make it look, just make us look all fucked up like you want to, sir. Right, just fuck this all up for us, right? And then with all due respect, y'all see how I look, right? Not big ass nerd, man. Look, glasses and shit. I look like goddamn Steve Urkel, right? Y'all see it. But this motherfucker look nerdier than me. With all due respect, right? I ain't trying to talk about nobody's looks because again, I ain't got it all myself. But this motherfucker out here looking dirtier than me, making videos about, yo, this is how you girl proof your room. Look at these girls. They this, they that. I'm like, bruh, if you ain't making this shit cringy and fucking just, oh God, fuck, man. It makes you, it's with all due respect. I'm saying this to be funny, but I'm saying this to be real, ladies and gentlemen. It is a joke when I say it, but God damn it, he's making me wish I wasn't black right now. That's the truth. Okay? You're making me wish I wasn't black because this motherfucker's fucking it up for everybody with his nonsense, right? Just fucking it up for everybody with his nonsense. It's a joke. I love being who I am. Don't get it twisted. But motherfucker doing some cringy shit, bro. Like, come on now. You see other motherfuckers doing that. Don't do that. But this is the world we living in, man. This is the world we living in, bro. Yo, you gotta tell these people, shut the fuck up and stop recording people. Damn. Jesus. I mean, how hard is that? Yo, keep your camera to yourself, bro. Right? Keep your camera to yourself. Unless it's something that's going in the private catalog, operative word private catalog, not to be seen by public eyes. Keep the camera to yourself, bro. And make sure you have full consent, goddamn. Come on now. These motherfuckers this last week, man, they've been making it hard on somebody like myself. Not really. because I could always maneuver him and navigate. It's not making it hard on me at all. I'm just joking. But in reality, it's been a head scratcher. And I ain't got no hair, bro. I've been scratching my head like, bro, what in the fuck is going on here? What? And the passport code of conduct handbook is going on right now with these motherfuckers and the shit that they doing. Bruh. And then I got people over here trying to talk shit like, yeah, I told you these passport bros want this, that, and the other, and da. And I'm sitting here like, yo, fuck it. I can't disagree with what a lot of these guys are saying because they're not wrong. These motherfuckers are over here in these countries showing their ass, and now all of a sudden, not me. I don't have to reap no ramifications because I'm still gonna be able to travel freely because I move different. Understand me when I tell you, I rock with the philosophies of the group and the community, but yours truly is not built like y'all. All right, we built different over here. We are built way different over here, right? I know how to act right. And I know how to maneuver without fucking garnishing any negative attention because that's the shit I don't need. I don't need any headaches in my life, right? I enjoy my life overseas, right? I don't need death threats. I don't need people trying to come for the neck. I don't need people trying to come for my head. I got a community. I got a network in the Philippines that fucks with the boy heavy. I'm good. I built that shit over time with my experiences. So everywhere I go, I'm okay. I learned this shit the easy way. And to be honest with you, if you want to know the truth, if you built your network before you started cutting the fuck up, even though my man was only there for a short period of time, if you build your network before you start cutting up, maybe somebody will be there to come to your defense. Because sometimes that's what it takes. I've been in situations where I had my Filipino brethren co-sign for the homie and I'm good, right? Maybe there was a situation where some things weren't right, but I got my Filipino people on my left or my right, or I could call somebody or talk to somebody and they handle the situation. They smooth it out, right? But if there's nobody there to help smooth out the situation, chances are you didn't build your network. When I say we built different over here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking out the side of my ass, y'all. I do what I have to do in order to make sure that my survival overseas is ironclad. To make sure I'm Gooch in the cooch, goddamn. Make sure that I'm good, right? I don't need guns. I don't need weapons to protect myself. I don't need to walk around with a security or anything. I got a network of motherfuckers. I don't bother nobody. Nobody bothers me, and I'm happy. My life is great. I live a fantastic life. I live a low-key life. Y'all just don't understand. We built different over here. So if y'all want to continue playing a role of being the loudmouth motherfucker on social media and you telling people all your business and shit, and you want to do this, by all means, man, live your best life. Because can't nobody tell nobody what the fuck to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can't tell me what to do, right? Have your fun, live your best life. But I will tell you this, when that shit come back to bite you in the ass and motherfuckers are over here laughing at you like, ha ha ha, look at your dumb ass getting kicked up out of the country and shit. Somebody want to start popping off at the mouth about that. You can't have a clap back because guess what? It's true, right? What clap back do you have after that? Right? What clapback do you have for the people that you were probably talking a gang of shit about? Now they see you getting basically removed out of the country that you love so fucking much because we couldn't keep our mouth shut or because we couldn't stop having these conversations that were unfucking necessary. Again, when I say we built different over here, we are built different over here. I don't know about y'all because I can only speak for me, but when I'm watching a destruction happen before my eyes, all I can do is shake my head and say, damn, another one bites the dust. It's like, shit, what can you do? Right? Because nobody want to hear you when you speak. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. That's where y'all need to keep it at. Most of them, damn, I forgot I left a comment up here. Yo, 23 in the building, man. If you haven't already dropped your like, man, make sure you drop your like, man. Good dive back again, once again. Locking in ish. I should have been off about an hour ago, but I'm gonna finish this out. He says, when you and your lady going back to the Philippines, my young lady is getting her paperwork together here in the United States. So for her to be able to travel back to the Philippines, it might be a little bit longer than yours truly's travel back to the Philippines, but that's another conversation for another day, right? Unfortunately, as many of you guys know, yes, Doc, how can you call yourself a passport bro? You ain't been out the country in fucking 3 years now. You ain't shit. Let's get it out the way. I was there in 2019. When I came back, y'all already know the pandemic hit for 2020. Y'all already know 2021. They still were restricting traveling. 2022, my young lady moved here in April of 2022. So there was really no legit reason for me to go to the Philippines in 2022 when she had just came here. So that's why your boy has been kind of stagnant on the travel. But then again, like I said, y'all, don't worry. It will come, right? It will come. Season 3 will eventually come, right? Don't act like Doc forgot about his seasons, right? Season 3 will eventually come. My man said he's in Pattaya next week. Life is definitely good. He said they moved to locals. I'm sorry, I missed the conversation. You got to live your best life, man. He says, I will ultimately retire in Europe. He said, when my Bitcoin thing works out. Please do, man. Live your best life, man. Please, please, please. He says, be nice to people. You are a guest in the country. Absolutely, man. And even if in that particular situation we are referencing, there was nothing bad that he said towards the locals. Let's be real. But it got flipped and twisted and fucking turned out of control to the point where it looked like he said something negative. Now we're fucked, pretty much. Damn. Oh man. Oh, I see y'all talking to yourselves, man. I'm just running through. He said he kind of messed up his bag, to be honest. MD 100%. 100%. Going back to what we do for clicks and views. I'll say it time and time again. I know why my channel's small. I know exactly why my channel's small. And I know exactly what I would need to do in order to grow it. You know what? Let me ask you a quick question. Right? Let me dig into the Foreigner Archive tutorial, right? There was a gentleman that was out a long time ago. If you guys remember, if any of you guys have been on YouTube and followed any type of Philippine foreign vloggers, etc., there was a guy that was out a long time ago. My man used to post just women all over his page and stuff, him in bed with women and all of this stuff. And if you guys remember, my man even faked a fucking ass whooping, I believe, and pictures of him in the hospital. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Where the fuck is my guy now? Where he at now? Last I heard, the fam was in Mexico. And again, I have nothing against him. I'm just trying to make a fucking point. If you know who I'm talking about, you can say the name in the chat, right? But I want to know what happened to him, right? Because OG ain't no longer in the Philippines as far as I know. Again, I don't follow the content. I'm sorry. I don't know if he still posts. I don't know. But as far as I know, there was a gentleman that used to be very reckless with his content. And even, if you guys remember, he went as low as to fucking put a video out of another Filipino vlogger's ex-girl that he was smashing. This motherfucker had no chill, y'all. If you remember this gentleman, he was reckless to the T. But where's my man right now? If you remember this guy, my man put out a short video of him with the ex-bitch of another Philippine blogger. That, I mean, I don't think that they were dating at the time, but the fact that he got them draws and put her in the video, brother was reckless, was he not? But where is he now? It sure as hell probably ain't the Philippines. Is all I'm trying to say. So if you want to mess up your bag by putting out racy content, when I say racy, I mean exploiting young ladies or saying negative fucking things, that's on you, fam. You got to be different. We got to do different things, fam. We got to do different. We got to do better. That's all I'm saying. We got to do better. You got to do better. My man says, I always recon where I'm going. Something I learned in the Army. Please do. Please do. He said YouTube is primary financial resource for a lot of expats. True. So they will go to the extreme. And then when you get fucking blown out of your favorite place to go, guess what? Was it really worth the clicks and views? Right? Sometimes I put out content and I'm like, damn, was this really worth it? Like, I'll put something together trying to see what could happen if I did this, that, and the other. And then I'm thinking about it. I said, bro, is it really worth it to put it out? And sometimes I just delete it, right? Sometimes I just delete it. Because I'm like, man, it ain't worth it. It's not worth the headache of what could be with the constant need to explain what you were doing. If you have to explain it, it ain't worth it. That's what I'll tell you. If you have to explain it time and time and time again, y'all, it's not worth it. If you have to explain what you were doing in the video, what you were saying in the video, and why it shouldn't be perceived the way that it was perceived by the majority of the people, chances are you're already fucked, right? Because now you got to keep explaining yourself. Is that really something y'all want to do? Because I don't, right? And even if it is my primary source of research, my primary financial, my primary source of finance, or my primary source of money while I'm overseas, you have to understand if it's worth it, right? Let me tell you, there's one guy out there that I think is doing it right. Out of everybody that I watch, because I don't watch a lot, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't indulge these fucking, I don't really indulge this shit. The only time I hear about it is when you tell me about it. And when you tell me about it, then I'll look for it. Other than that, I very rarely watch other YouTubers, right? Again, if I probably watched other YouTubers and watched what they did right and replicated it, I'd probably be bigger. I get it. I understand Doc is comfortable at his $6,000. I'm happy. I'm not tripping, right? I got other sources or ways to make money. It's okay, right? And those other sources make way more money than I possibly could online. It's cool. I'm cool. Understand? But damn, I fucking lost my train of thought. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm sorry. But like I said, when you do it for the clicks and views, overall, ladies and gentlemen, and you got to explain it. Why? Oh, I know what I was about to say. There's one guy that I think is doing it right. And he's gotten some hate before, too. He's gotten hate, right? My man just shares his daily life in the country he's living in. And he just, every day is something new. Every day it's just whatever he wants to film and record. And it's pretty much done in good taste as far as I know. Nothing too crazy, nothing too outlandish. And people tune in every fucking time he drops a video. He's doing it right. I see it. And I'm like, my man is doing it right. Just recording daily life, whatever he's doing that day or where he's going or whatever the fuck, who he has with them or whatever. And he's doing it right. Nothing racy, nothing too crazy, nothing too scandalous or anything like that. And people just pretty much let him rock. Has he had this controversy in the past? Absolutely. Will he continue to get some backlash? Probably. But people tune in because there's very few things that you can really get him for. Like, if you just watch the content, it's very few things you can get him for. My man said I look 14. I told you, man, I got that Benjamin Button syndrome. I swear to God, I'm aging backwards, y'all. Anyway, shout out to my man, Big Brother. What's going on, fam? He says young brothers should focus on education and career or business if they have the guts for it. Their 60-year-old ass will thank them for it. It's okay to have short travels and very intentionally. He committed himself overseas very fast. He said, I'm not going back. Kind of feel like they're making you go back now. That's tough. I hope that ain't true. But if he got to go back, man, shit. Shit. That's tough. They're fucking making you go back to the place you don't want to go back to. Shit, right? What can we do now? Asia's open. I don't think Asia knows about you yet, man. You might have your little fun. Anyways, he says, I do generally move in silence. Even some of my blood brothers do not know which countries I have been to, let alone strangers on the internet. But everybody wants to post their latest destination, man. Check me out in XYZ country. Check me out over here, man. Check me out over here, man. I'm doing big things. I'm traveling. See me. I'm over here with the baddest bitches in the country. See me. Fuck you. You know, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. Sometimes I believe there was one brother that I used to watch on YouTube. My man said specifically, you will not know where I am until I have left that country. So you will not know, or you will not see me drop content of me in a particular place until I have already moved to another destination. And I like that move, right? Nobody need to know where you at right now. You should always be one step ahead of your content. Truth. You should always be one step ahead of your content. Some people don't even film the general area that they're in because you don't want nobody to know where your condo's at. It's crazy. He said, my theory. Oh, 27 in the building. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know where 27 of y'all came from, but I appreciate y'all locking in, man. This has been a good doc. Make sure you drop a like if you're enjoying the content, man. If you're enjoying what the good doc is putting down, make sure y'all drop that like. caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, happy and blessed y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with me ranting and raving tonight. Okay, this was not intentional, but I feel like at this moment, the expression or the need to move silent is fucking necessary because it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly, and y'all gonna fuck yourselves up, right? And I don't want that to happen. This right here should be the learning lesson, right? This should be the learning lesson. This right here should be somebody's origin story. Shit, ain't gonna be me, right? This should be what you should be saying in your mind. That's all I'm gonna say, man. He said, Doc, you ain't lying, man. He said that F you, but I'm in another country, but they ain't doing nothing until the guy gets touched. Right? Look, man, like shit. Now I gotta go back home. Bruh. Dude. I'm sorry. This ain't funny, man. It's not fucking funny. I'm hurting on the inside because this shit fucked up. But can you imagine? Think about this for a second. I want y'all to I really want, without all the curse words and without all the exaggerations or being emphatic or anything, think about this. Just hear me when I say this. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine, right? You in the hood, right? With your boys and shit, and you telling everybody, man, I'm about to leave this shit behind. I ain't never got to deal with none of you motherfuckers ever again. I'm gone. I'm going from the East Coast to the West Coast, man. I'm going to stay on the West Coast. And then something happened to you on the West Coast, and you got to kick your can all the way back to where you came from. And them motherfuckers just on the block just looking at you like, yeah, I thought we was making big moves, Playboy. Huh? I thought we was doing big things, big dog. What happened? Why you back here with us? Can you imagine, bro? Oh, that shit gotta hurt. Because now, if that is true, if you got to go back to where you came from, bro, you got to swallow your pride and say, damn, I'm back to where I thought I would never be again. That shit hurts. That shit hurts me here. That's why I don't talk shit, right? Because I feel like when you talk shit, you jinx yourself. And I said that in my video, bro. I swear to God, I said that in my video. Dude, the first video I put out of the year, I think I said, yo, man, when you start popping off, you're going to jinx yourself. That's like somebody, like, motherfuckers talking about, yeah, man, my girl ain't going to never cheat on me. My girl ain't going to never do that. I said, shit, don't say that. Don't say that. Because come to find out, 6 months later, your girl just let somebody else slide, right? You see it all the time. The minute you start saying what somebody ain't going to do or what you going to do and can't nobody keep up and do this, that, and the other, God got a funny way of making that shit come to fruition. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but he got a funny way of making that shit come to fruition, don't he? Oh, you said that your girl ain't gonna never cheat on you? Let the devil tempt her a little bit, right? Just let somebody whisper something in her ear real quick. Oh, you said you ain't never going back to the US? Okay. We gonna make that happen, right? Can you imagine? Because real G's move in silence for a reason. Don't do that no more, right? Right here. Because the minute y'all start talking, you jinx yourself. That's the truth. I mean, I don't think it's a karma thing more so than it is you just jinxed yourself. If it was me and I was behind the camera, I would have been like, just let it be. Let it be. Some people may call you a bitch for letting it slide because that's who I am. I don't really let people get underneath my skin like that, or I don't let people bait me into conversations. I don't let people bait me into debates and shit because that's not who I am. I don't care enough to fucking go into debates with people about shit that ain't gonna change my mind or ain't gonna change theirs, right? That's why I do this right here. What the fuck? What's the difference? Tell me what the difference is, right? And it's just tough. It's tough. He says, in his defense, American women don't do themselves any justice. Maybe he said what he said a little too soon. I don't know. I'm not. See, that's the thing. He wasn't wrong about what he said, right? I'm not saying he was wrong about what he said. The way he went about it, that's debatable. But the consistency behind it didn't make it any easier. Best way. The consistency behind it didn't make it any easier. That's it. He said they flex like it's South Beach. He said, bro, y'all gotta chill, man. That's it. He said, I was never a South American kind of guy. I prefer Southeast Asia. I'm on that same boat. Yeah. My man said, did the authorities catch that? They put out an article about him. I don't know. But regardless, man, he did what he did. And like I said, man, the things that you do can't come back to bite you in the ass. That's life shit, man. Shout out to Mike. What's going on, man? Out of Sakamos. I want to make, if I fucked the name up, bro, I'm sorry. My bad. But shout out to you, family. Kurt says TJ too far. I even get in beers just to watch his videos. I'm not sure who that is. I'm sorry. My man says Dr. Mike and the X-Pac King are the same age. Young people don't act right. Come on, sir. I'm young, but I think I got some act right in me, just a little bit, not a lot. I like to cut up sometimes. But in a live, it's funny though. I cut up on a live show that's about an hour and 30 minutes in. So if somebody made it this far in the video, they really looking to get me. He said, I think some of the people that are traveling have a mental illness and making us look bad. That could be a thing. Truth be told, it could be a mental thing, right? And to an extent, if we're gonna ride that wave, I do believe that there are some guys who travel that have some very unresolved issues that could lead to mental disabilities or mental illnesses of sort. I do believe that there are a lot of guys who travel that have some unresolved issues, right? Maybe they hold grudges towards people and that's the reason they travel, right? And the reason you hold these grudges toward these people is because you felt that these people did you wrong and now it's up to you to prove them wrong. And then when you do prove them wrong and then you're on top of the world and then the world comes fucking just taken out from underneath you, now you're back to where you started in the same position. And that could very well be true for a lot of people. I could see that being a thing. That's scary, but it's a reality. And shit, that's tough, bro. That's tough, man. But truth be told, that could be a problem for a lot of guys who travel. Black, white, or indifferent. Let's make sure we note that. It could be a lot of, it ain't just race specific, but it's tough. It's tough out there, man. He said, we are all once young. Oh yeah, man. But the thing is though, Chosen One, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Social media about the age of 23 for me or my early 20s wasn't really popping like that, bro. What did I have at 23? I had a Friendster, bro. I think Facebook was just beginning to take off, something like that. So my access to social media I'm going to say you and me too, not sure what age you are, but I will throw ourselves in the same general population when I say that our access to social media at the age that we were at the age they are now, the age we were, back up. At the age they are now, when we were that age, social media was not a thing that was popping. So we didn't just run to the internet and start talking shit. We just didn't do that, right? And even if it was something I had at my availability, I probably wouldn't have utilized it like that because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Quick story, and then Doc's gonna get back to the comments. I'm sorry, right? A lot of people ask me, "Yo, Doc, why didn't you start a YouTube channel when you were in college?" Man, if I started a YouTube channel when I was in college doing the shit that I was doing back then, I would have been self-snitching, and that's not gonna happen. Okay, that was why I didn't start early, and I kept thinking about it because I kept beating myself up. I was like, "Fuck, Doc." Can you imagine if you started your YouTube channel, man, when you were first year college or whenever YouTube was popping back in 08 and 09 and you started getting people to watch your content and you started fucking putting videos out all the time, man, you'd be the biggest fucking Philippines blogger in YouTube history, probably, likely, maybe not, depending. But I would have been pretty big if I started early, of course, because the more time you have in longevity, etc. But then I thought about the types of shit I was doing back then. Back up, rewind, the types of shit that Marcus was doing back then. And I was like, do I really want to put myself out there on Front Street like that? Right? At the time, you thinking it's cool to juggle 3, 4, 5 girls at one time. Shit, do I really want them to see me in a video with another girl and just start tripping? Nah, I'm good. Shit. I mean, do I really want them to know where I actually go to college, like my actual college, so they can just show the fuck up whenever they want to? Nah, not really. right? I told your ass I'm going to Ateneo de Davao University, and my ass is over at the University of Mindanao. They'd be like, bitch, that uniform don't match, sir. Yo, you are not no Ateneo student. That is a uniform, sir. Then I realized, nah, it won't worth it. So that is my justification why I didn't start my YouTube. Because I promise you, I probably would have been canceled by now, for sure. For sure. If I started as early as I really, really wanted to, if I knew then what I know now, I would have loved to start earlier on in my YouTube career, because then I probably would have never had to move back. I could have probably really created a life around creating content, things that I actually genuinely enjoy, right? Could have been able to do that. But in reality, I knew that I didn't want people in my business. I'm a very private person, like super private, y'all. My life with my wife is very private. I don't let nobody know where I stay at. I don't have people come over to my house. This is our space, our place of tranquility. Nobody comes over. I'll meet you somewhere. You ain't coming to my place, right? Because this is our place of solitude, right? I respect that. That is our spot. Can you imagine me just taking you in and just bringing you into everything that was going on in my life? And I was living there at the time, and I had a house out in Terrell, when my dad had a house out in Terrell, and you knowing where I'm staying at in Terrell. And then I actually get big enough where I might have created some enemies, and I got people standing outside my people's house because I said something in the video that was offensive, or something that somebody didn't like, or they saw me with a girl that may have been somebody else's girlfriend at the time that I didn't fucking know about. You think that I really needed that energy in my life back then? No. So I'm glad that I didn't start my channel back then. I'm sorry. Tangent, but I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna wrap it up. I promise. I promise. As the Save Yourself Black Man has its tenets, we worked on Passport Bros needs. Their Passport Bro tenets a list of 20 rules to kind of move by. They ain't gonna follow that. You know better than that. You know better than that. Expat King is horrible. He has no class. He's going too far and he doesn't care. Hey man, some people do what they do. And it's reflecting bad on a lot of people, especially blacks. Let's call it how it is. Absolutely. I told y'all, man. About that one time in my life where I wish I could not be black, because this motherfucker is doing some stupid shit. Fuck it. He said our Philippines journey, did research on TJ, found out. I don't know who TJ is. I'm sorry. Found out he went to Dartmouth and went to Georgetown Day School. He's very educated, but is socially awkward. He said, you can tell. I don't know who TJ is. Is that the dude from the expat dude? Yeah, man, the dude sounds like he went to a great school. There are socially awkward people. I could have been one of them, right? We could all have been one of them, but damn. See what happens? You see that shit right there? Back up. Izzy and Chris, what's going on, bro? He said our Philippines journey did research on TJ. Motherfucker, I don't want y'all to research me, right? I don't want to be put on a level where you dig into my past. I don't want y'all to know about me, right? That's my thing. Like I said, I don't want people to do research on me. It might not be hard to find anything on me. I don't have any bad skeletons in my closet or anything, but I don't want you to look for me at all, right? That's the energy. And you only do that, honestly, when people are doing bad. You're like, yo, let me find out about this person. Which is why I try to tell y'all, man, y'all got to shut up and move different, man. He said it really does. He said your face is all over Yahoo and you still not stopping. That brother is crazy. That dude dumb as hell. It is crazy. He says, I don't like when people go to other countries and disrespect their women and their children and think it's entertainment. It's not. It's very bad. It's very bad. And it's very bad for those that choose to follow. All right. My man said X-Pac is his worst enemy. People reach out to him, but he's not listening. Fuck it. Like I said, man, unfortunately, sometimes it takes you getting kicked out of a country. Sometimes it takes bad things happening to you for you to actually understand what you did. And sometimes you don't even at that point, you're still arguing your point. But in reality, you can't be out here filming people, bro. Like nobody wants to be on camera like that. And that's why when I record out in public, I'm super self-conscious because I'll keep the camera on me rather than just always filming the surroundings and stuff, because some people don't want to be on camera, right? That's a respect thing. I wouldn't want nobody with a fucking camera and putting that shit in my face or in the street or something like that. Yo, man, I don't shit, man. My own wife don't even know I'm here, man. What the fuck you doing? That type of shit, right? Like, goddamn, man, I'm here with my ex, with my side piece of shit. You over here filming me, my side piece of shit, bro. You trying to get me messed up. right? So some people don't like being filmed. But if you can't understand that that's not okay, can you imagine if somebody was throwing a camera in your face and shit? It's crazy. It's tough, right? How would you feel if somebody was doing it to you? It's kind of how you gotta think, but a lot of them don't care. He said hard heads make a soft ass. That is true, man. Hard heads do make a soft ass, bro. That's funny. I forgot who said this shit, but that's funny. He said, and the hard part to believe he's almost fucking 40, taping in schoolgirls. Bro, you chill, bro. That's cringy. That's why a lot of people said the content was cringy. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I haven't seen it, and I don't want to. It don't do me any silence to see it. The things when you live your life online, when online is your only or main source of income, be careful what you do for the clicks and views. That's what I will continue to say. You got to be careful what you do for the clicks and views, right? Because a lot of people aren't going to take kind to it. You can't be a grown-ass man doing shit like that. He said it has been hard to travel to the Philippines. The pandemic really messed things up. MD, that is exactly why your boy had to sit still for as long as he did. He said, who's with the civil war between brothers and sisters? Oh, what? Sorry, what is with the civil war between brothers and sisters in the United States of America? I would advise brothers to just sneak out and do what's best for them without bashing anyone or showing off anyhow. True. I agree 100%. Right? Yes, my wife hasn't been in a video since she moved here. I just realized that. I haven't had a video with the wife in it in a long time. Because even if I was in the Philippines or, we're here and shit, I don't really feel the need to put her out there like that. It's cool. I can live my life like that, and y'all could do just fine. It's not constant. It's every now and again, right? And if you make content about what it's like to be married to a Filipina and this, that, and the other, it's kind of like regular content. It's not you bashing. Like, you shouldn't say, yeah, I'm married to my Filipina. My Filipina's a goddess. I put her on a pedestal because she's everything. And all these women in the West ain't shit. They don't compare to my wife. You like when you start saying stuff like that in a video, that starts to really rub people the wrong way. If you're just talking about what it's like to be married to them and discussing the pros and the cons of it all, and you're accepting of the negative aspect or the bad things about it and understanding that it's not always sunshine and roses, and you actually tell people that, people will probably respect your content more. But if you're all about bigging them up constantly or more often than not, it still rubs people the wrong way. He says he don't want to see no parts of the Philippine jail. Nobody does. He said them cons will shove all kinds of lumpias from the side. Nobody wants lumpias in that part, man. He says, I know who you talking about. He said, I think he might be in Mexico now. Yeah. Y'all know who I was talking about, homie. That man ain't nowhere in no Philippines, though, because that man went all out. He risked it all for the content. He risked it all for the content, man. Bro, homeboy was on one, bro. No filter, unedited, talking a gang of shit. I told you, man, some guys, when you look at their content, you like, yo, how long are they going to be able to get away with this shit? Right? That's what I be thinking. Like, bro, how long are you going to be able to get away with this one? That's tough. He said, unless one is making money off of these social media platforms, a lot of them are. There is zero upside to sharing your life on those and plenty of downsides or potential field minds. Keep it to thyself. True. I like social media because I can talk to y'all and that's about it. Speak my mind on some shit if you care to listen, and I keep pushing. Period. Right? But it gets bad out here in these streets, man. 25 in the building. If you haven't dropped your like, please do so. I don't know who that is, fam. And I don't know if they're still making videos, man. It was crazy, funny, and it was interesting. I ain't gonna lie. Oh man. The story that I was talking about was the story that he fabricated himself. That was it. Dude went all in, man. My man said recklessly unapologetic. Again, was it entertaining? Absolutely. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, when I watched it, it was cool. Did it get cringy at times? Absolutely. Did it become an issue for some? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, man, that man lived his best life. And he outgrew a lot of people very fast, right? When it came to this YouTube shit, he outgrew a lot of people very fast because the content pushed the limit, right? It was crazy, but it was what it was. My man said it's best to have a Rumble as a backup that platform has live streaming. Um, I heard Rumble's actually popping. I shouldn't say that on YouTube, but the motherfuckers would be like, "Oh, you want to be on Rumble so bad? I'm gonna take your channel away." Shit, my bad. He said there is a bro dude in AC filming ladies, including young ones. I have a feeling he might end up. I think that's the one you're talking about. Expat Kings. Yeah. He said when you make videos on YouTube, you have to hold back a lot. You have to be very careful. That's the truth. That's the truth. BKG, not him. My man Don Ridgeway, what's up, man? He says, I think we are passport OGs. We are traveling pre-pandemic and pre-manosphere. Yeah, I didn't travel because somebody told me to do so. It was different. Oh, I haven't kept up with my man's content in a while. He said the titles do help a lot on YouTube, Doc. That is true. Titles do help. Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This title that I put on this live stream, I capped out at 27 people actually showing up. I don't know where these 27 people came from. That was the peak that I've seen so far. 27 motherfuckers actually showed up based on the title of this particular video. Now, for those of you who are catching the latter of this particular live stream, please go back to the beginning of it and you'll understand what we're talking about. A particular article that I reviewed about South Korean trying to open up jobs for foreigners to get to the country, low birth rates in the country, leading to probably people out there trying to get foreigners to, get a little nasty with their people, jokingly, get, interacting, fraternizing, and fornicating, with all due respect, with the South Korean young ladies to help increase that birth rate. That was my thought on it. I said it. We went through it. I repeated it a million times. So the people who were here since the beginning are probably tired of me saying it. But our Asian countries trying to encourage foreigners to come over and sleep with their women, that will get you to click on anything. Unfortunately, it's a long-ass live show. I'm going to have to find a way to clip this thing up if I can. That's going to be tough, but you get it, right? But titles do help, man, for sure. Alif, what's going on, fam? He says, I came in late. He said, did y'all already talk about? Yes, that was kind of what we were jumping in on right now. Sorry. Look, nothing against the brother. Remember that. Nothing against him. It's just a hard lesson to learn for at a young age. But again, it happened when you were young. Now you get to move different, hopefully. He said, we need to go underground for a long. It's going to be a minute. Yeah. He says, I'm guessing you already talked about the homie. I did. We kind of touched on that. I don't think he lost his YouTube channel that I'm aware of. I don't know who Stephanie, what's her name is. If that's a broadcasting young lady, yeah. I think my man made the news over there, and that was tough. That was, when your face is on front page news, that is not a good look. In a negative light, that's a bad way to be, man. So this Stephanie young lady must be a reporter. If I'm wrong, please let me know. He said Marcus cannot be snitching on himself. He cannot, sir. We do not do self-snitching over here. No self-snitching. He says, so I'm invited to sleep with a Filipina out there. He said, Mike, so I'm invited to sleep with Filipinas out there. Look, man, don't get me in trouble telling me that I told you to do something that I didn't tell you to do. That didn't come from me. The cosign was for South Korea and Japan, sir. Low birth rates in those countries. I don't think the Philippines has anything low birth rate about. Okay. They make babies often in that country. So I don't think that got to do with Philippines. Shout out to our brother Kate Alice. What's good? He said it's good that we can share our overseas experience. This is really the first time the Black American men have the resources to travel without being in the military in the past 20 years. It's good that we are able to travel, and I'm hoping that we can do good things. Unfortunately, it's all negative right now. We just got to, ride the wave a little bit and hopefully make it through. All right, man. I've been on for 2 hours. 2 hours too fucking long. Everybody has a life. I know y'all need to get to yours the same way I need to get back to mine, right? What I will say is this. I love y'all. I hope that you continue to support and rock with the Good Doc in 2023. I may not say things that are popular. Unfortunately, we got people that are going through it right now, so I'm going to do my best to, bring the energy and pray that it remains positive. Again, I do believe that we are built different in this community. unfortunately, we got a lot of people that kind of need to get a little re-education going, right? And hopefully nobody will ever reach out to me, I'm sure. And I don't care if they do or not, but hopefully they reach out to somebody to help them move a little better, because we can't have y'all getting canceled every single time. Y'all go out there and you want to pop off at the mouth. We got to do better. I will tell you this, just because South Korea and Japan is opening them doors a little bit, we got to act right, right? We got to act right. And as long as you act right, game going to be tight and we going to be all right. I can promise you that, right? We didn't just last 10 years in that country because we were out there being reckless. We did right. We did what we had to do, kept our head down, had our fun. We went home. We went back at it the next day. Once it was done, it was done. That was not. We was finished. All right. So here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Just look out for yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. Be smart about the way you move. Choose to move in silence, because that is truly the only way we're going to win, because everybody's looking for any reason to backlash, slander, and scandal the community that has been just recently built. Right. So y'all do right or get left. You get right or get left, man. It's pretty much the way we're going to rock. Like I said, I appreciate y'all locking in, man. Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the super chats, man. Y'all rock with the good doc tonight. Longer than we needed to. And I love y'all. If you guys got anything else to say, comment section below. Share the video if you want to, man. If you're interested in, promoting the good doc in any way, shape, or form, I'd highly appreciate that one. Have them come over and check me out. If you guys haven't already subscribed, do so. Like, check out the merch, good docs, good books, all that good shit. All right. Has been fun, has been real, but it's time for Get Doc to go and get to getting. Y'all take care, man. Y'all stay blessed. Doc is out.